What's up guys, Josh aka Savage Hydra here, and welcome to yet another episode of Dark Souls. Oh, ooh, that was a bad start. So today we're going to be exploring a bit more of the Undead Burg, areas that we haven't been yet, which basically just involves going through this way. Oh, no. And also we're trying out the battle axe as well, rather than the club. And once I get enough points to get us another bit of dexterity, I might try out the halberd as well. Just to show some variety of weapons. But if it comes to anything important, I'll probably switch back to the club, just for the sake of actually doing damage, because obviously I haven't upgraded this weapon. It's doing about half the damage that my regular weapon does, well, the club does. I'm just going to clear these guys out. So I'm today definitely going to be dealing with our Black Knight friend that was down here before, because we've dealt with one Black Knight now, so we're probably going to be okay dealing with another one. Can you stop? My. So yeah, the Black Knight we can probably deal with. Deal with you. Take him out. But yeah, for the purposes of the Black Knight, I think I will switch back to the club here. Oh, they died quickly. You see how much stronger our weapon is because we've upgraded it though. Done. But yeah, so we can... This guy is nice because he has a long leash distance as well. So we can lead him back to an area that's more favourable to us. But this guy has a sword, so we've got a couple of cheap shots in there. And then we can lead him up into an area that's going to be a bit more favourable for us to fight in. Which is this somewhat large area up here. You see, this guy takes a bit more damage from us, so he is weaker than the halberd one that we found in Darkroot. He's a bit scared apparently. Hey. There we go. So we've got a Titanite chunk off of him, and no other drops, which is fair enough really. They're not really common drops. So one thing actually to mention is our humanity up there in the top left. The higher that is, the more item discovery chance you actually have, up to a maximum of 10. So if you have a lot of humanity equipped, you do actually have a higher chance of enemies dropping their rare items. But we can get a nice ring here, the blue seerstone ring. And we'll have a look at that. So it boosts defense while health is low. And it's okay, it can be, but it's kind of a bit of a, I'm not sure how worth it really is, the item, because when your health is low, the last thing you want to be doing is taking more damage, so it's kind of one of those good in like idea wise, but it's one of those, it works on paper, but in practice it's kind of not as good as you think it's going to be. I don't know why I just use Estus there. That's exactly the reason why we have heal. But I'm just going to head over this way. So we've already been through all this area. The Taurus Demon. So ignore those archers at the top. Keep going through. And the reason I've come this way is because there is another way to get this area that's a bit faster. But it probably involves taking a lot of damage, which I don't want to do. Mainly because of the dragon. Is Solaire still here? That's the question. He is not. He is gone. He is gone. But the basement key that we got earlier unlocks this door. So we can head down here. And down this ladder. And we're in a new area. And the first thing we want to do is head up this way. And we have a door. And this probably looks familiar to people. Because this door is the one in here. And we now have a very nice shortcut to the lower Undeadburg. As you can see, this is where you can kind of start seeing that this whole place is very, very interconnected, because up there is the bridge is the middle of the bridge where the dragon is, and then we've just gone down over there and headed downwards to a new area which is below here, because we are going to be, I believe it might actually be down there that we actually end up going, or it might be like down over the other side. I don't want to be dealing with you. Please stop. Can we level up though? No. We're a little bit far off. So what I'm going to do is use this lost soul of the nameless soldier. Just to get a few souls. And level up. And I said we're going to put a point in dexterity just to show some other weapons. So I will now get out the halberd. So the halberd, Gargoyle's halberd is a bit stronger, but it also doesn't have the thrust damage compared to the halberd. So this is basically where you see a difference in movesets. So let's have a look at the halberd. So you see, if we chain attacks together, it's very smooth. But if I intentionally try and miss, we have a very, very high like recoil time before we recover, which is the problem with any halberd type weapons. And we're actually slow rolling right now because of how much we're carrying. So the halberds also tend to be quite heavy weapons, which is kind of one of the issues about them. But you see, they're quite nice weapons. A lot of people like the halberd. But the good thing about Dark Souls is that, realistically, any weapon that isn't bad, and you can mostly tell what weapon's bad, will be able to carry you through the entire game. So if you now, actually, let's trade over and have a look at the Gargoyle's halberd. So you see this has a different attack type. I'm just going to deal with these guys here just to show you it. But we have a different attack type. It's not like a twin strike. The regular halberd has more of a thrusting attack, and its slice damage comes from its heavy attack. So if I get that out, but this one has like a 1-2 sort of attack pattern to it. Whereas if we look at the regular halberd again, it just has this constant thrust attack, and then the heavy attack is this sort of spin of sorts. But we'll keep going with the halberd a bit here and see how that goes. So the halberd is generally quite a liked weapon among people who play the game. So we've got some dogs here. There. Nope. Please stop. The other thing that we can see about this weapon, compared to the club in particular, is that it has a really nice reach. But we've got some things to deal with down here. There's another dog. Please stop. And we now reach to the other point in the game at which... Right, we've got some guys here to deal with. We'll deal with these guys first. But this is... Down here is the other reason why we got the residence key. Which I will show you after we're done with these guys. So the other good thing about the halberd is because of its long reach, it's good for dealing with large groups of enemies when they stack up on each other, which we haven't really been able to see much so far. But if you got a load of like minor enemies chasing after you, you can just strike through them all and just deal with them all at the same time. But this door here...
Somebody! Please let me out of here. Somebody! Anybody! Help me! Unlock the door! Damn, I'm finished. How did this ever happen?
Has someone trapped in it. And we have the residence key, so we can get him out. And this is the sorcerer that was mentioned before, that went to find Logan and got lost.
Brilliant. You opened the door for me. Thank you. I'm saved. I thought I might never escape. I am Griggs of Vinheim, a sorcerer of the school. I am much obliged for your assistance. Thanks to you, I may now resume my travels. Oh, hello. I'm fine. I will rest a while, then return to Firelink Shrine. I have my sorcery, and I will be more cautious next time. Besides, I have an important task at hand. Oh, hello. I'm fine.
Okay, so that's his barrel. We've got a corpse in a barrel, which of course is going to have a item on it. And this is all the sorcerer's equipment and a sorcerer's catalyst. So this is kind of somewhere you can get some stuff you want to start getting into sorcery. You haven't started with all the sorcery equipment. And he will travel back to Firelink and be a vendor for us, so that is nice. And this area down here is basically a massive trap. We can see feet under that door, you see there. So we'll wait until these doors burst open and then run back. And we're dealing with these bandits. And they cause bleed. So going to be a bit careful. It can be a bit problematic. For the most part, they're not too much of a problem. They can parry you, which you want to be careful for. And they can also backstab you, and that's almost pretty much like a guaranteed death. So, depending on how much damage you've already taken. So I'm just going to heal up here. And always explore all these new paths that are open to you. So we get a new weapon, Mailbreaker. This door also opened, but I believe this room in particular is empty. This door was also opened. Again, it's empty. And we can start heading down here. And at this point, I believe we're probably going to get charged by dogs and these people. And he just shot up and got caught in the wall. Well then. But you see, the halberd's a really nice, safe weapon to use, just because of its range advantage. Oh, dogs are frustrating to deal with. And they do have throwing knives as well. But that's being dealt with quite nicely. And we have a guy stuck up there for some reason, so he can just stay there. I'm not that bothered about him. But we have a corpse, which of course has an item on it. And another dog to deal with. Which is fine. All these doors are now open, so we'll have a look inside. Nothing. And oh look, more items. And we now get all the black leather items. So once we get to somewhere a bit more safe, I think I'll have a look over that, see if we want to put any of that on. But we have a fog gate here, which we're going to ignore for now. We can head down here. And as you can see, they have noticed us. And you should be wary over the broadcasting of this corner right here. Because this person will jump out and try and backstab you. But now we dealt with him. Or her. I think these people are female. We just chain those attacks together, deal with them quite easily. Head over this way. And grab this item. And as you see, we just passed a door. It's locked. This is the next area we'll be going to. And then we can head up here. Deal with this guy. He's just there to be an annoyance, more than anything. And we have a new vendor just in here. And she sells us the all the moss clumps, a couple of status weapons, things like purging stones and whatnot, and also some arrows and things. Let's see what else she's got to say.
These nice iron bars, I like to, I really do. Nothing good ever happened to me in life, but now that I'm undead, I've never been happier.
You see, being undead isn't all that bad. I mean, it's not like they're not like zombies or anything, and especially when you haven't hollowed either. Because the process of hollowing is when people die as undead and lose their souls. And then they begin losing their sanity and all that sort of stuff. But as you see, we're assumedly perfectly sane. They're a bit crazy, but they have their wits about them. So, it's not that big of a deal. These guys clearly are hollowed beyond all belief. Just and kill you. But you see, we opened a new shortcut back up to Firelink, which is nice. And I think we have our sorcerer friend here. He's returned, so we'll talk to him.
Oh, hello. I regret meeting you under such compromising circumstances. At least we both made it back unscathed. Incidentally, would you care to learn any sorceries? You're clearly talented, and besides, I owe you. Of course, we will require some materials, but I'm happy to teach you some elementary spells. Are you interested?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Splendid. Very well. I am pleased to have a chance to give something back. Well then, let's get started straight away. Have you heard of Big Hat Logan? Master Logan is a great sorcerer and my teacher. Both of us came to this land as undead. But one day, he departed, leaving only a note. I suppose he wished to keep me out of harm's way. But where does that leave me? I have dedicated myself to sorcery, but Master Logan could find no use for me. Yes, the note that Master Logan left. It only said he would travel to Anolondo by way of Sen's fortress. I can only guess that he seeks the regal archives. For Master Logan is a tireless pursuer of wisdom. Wisdom trumps all. Everything else is hogwash. When the curse turned him undead, I'm certain that he only felt it was the perfect chance to visit this land. I only wish that I had his courage. 2 things are required for sorcery. First, you must equip a wand. Second, you must attune a sorcery. Then you will be ready to fire away. Oh, and don't forget to aim. 2 things are required
So
for sorcery.
his dialogue is exhausted.
What's that?
But he's told us a bit about Logan, and he's basically got undead and sent here, and then Logan basically went off on his own trying to get to Sen's Fortress to find basically just archives of lost wisdom and things and sorcery and magic and stuff. But I think if I have some items. Actually, this was 400. Can we level up with that? No. But if we use one more, we should be able to level up. So I'm going to put... for reasons I will deal with later, I would like to put some more points into faith. But for now, I'm just going to bring my dexterity up a little bit. And I think after we've gone through the Undead Burg and freed our friend here, and found our shortcuts to where we want to go, I will leave off here at Firelink, and we will deal with that fog wall we found in the next episode. And I'll see you guys next time.